In our politics lead, the key to Democrat success in the midterms may be making inroads with working class voters whose support President Biden historically has proudly touted. But CNN's new poll of polls has Biden's overall job approval rating at 42%, and that includes a new Monmouth survey that says only 30% of Americans think that President Biden is very concerned with the economic well-being of average Americans. CNN's Jeff Zeleny went to Allentown, Pennsylvania, not far from Biden's hometown of Scranton, and spoke to some of those frustrated working-class voters.
Inflation is frustrating. Filling your tank is expensive. Everything's expensive.
Sally Bissey feels the pain, yet she hardly believes President Biden deserves all the blame.
I think he's done as good a job as anybody really could have done. And I don't care who would have been in his position. No Republican would have liked him. It's just, we're just like that now.
Here in Pennsylvania, where Biden is visiting Friday as part of his new pledge to break free from the White House bubble,
I'm going to get out of this place more often.
Exhaustion over the pandemic runs deep, including the economy. Conversations about how Biden is doing are filled with nuance, bookended by inflation at a 4-decade high and today's GDP report showing the biggest economic growth since 1984. Going forward, Esther Lee wants the president to show more fight.
He's kind of a soft-spoken, easygoing guy, and that has his attributes. But I'd like to see him press forward a little more.
A little more fire?
Yeah, I've got fire, and I think he should just come forward, move forward on it. What's he got to lose?
Lee is a longtime leader of the NAACP in Bethlehem. She doesn't hold Biden responsible for election reform falling short, but believes he should sharpen his approach for today's reality.
I hear him talk about what he used to do, what he was able to do across the aisle. That no longer exists. That's out. This is a different world.
As Biden kicks off his second year, he wants people here to feel the accomplishments of his first, like new roads and bridges, thanks to the infrastructure law. Congresswoman Susan Wild, who represents the 7th district here, is busy touting that landmark infrastructure achievement. But she knows the mood of many voters is still sour.
The fact of the matter is, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. People have seen increases in their wages, but we know that those increases in wages have not kept up with a higher price of goods.
Facing her own midterm election battle, she believes her fellow Democrats should turn to a scaled-back version of Biden's economic agenda, like lowering prescription drug costs.
Let's not just keep knocking our heads against the wall and, trying to pass a massive bill if what we can get done are smaller bills that will really make a difference in people's lives.
Don Cunningham runs the Lehigh Valley Economic Development Corporation. He said most business leaders, whether or not they agreed with all of Biden's policies, saw him as a fresh start. But he believes what hasn't been accomplished often overshadows what has.
There's not enough understanding of what's trying to be done, and that will be a challenge for the Democrats coming up in 2022, because you might know a name like Build Back Better, but people don't know all of what's in it. They're not even discussing it.
And that is exactly why President Biden coming here to Pennsylvania tomorrow, Jake, going to Pittsburgh to make the case about something he already has done, the infrastructure law and the benefits for this state. The White House believes that is the key to at least some level of success this year, not talking about what they have not yet done.